Bravado Gaming. South America on the stage for the first time, taking on the Renegades. Let's head to the Verizon Skybox for the Game 1.
James Bott here, joined by Corelli. And Corelli, it's hard to believe that the last World Championship match resulted in Turbo, Justin, and Garrett lifting that trophy above their head. That was the last time we were here at the World Championship.
And Rocket League has changed so much. I mean, we're kicking things off with a brand new region of SSA coming out against Renegades here. The game has changed. We've got to find a new world champion. And like Wave said, it starts today. It starts with this first series.
Yeah, the game has changed. The entire Rocket League esports ecosystem has changed, and now we've got a new challenger approaching. Sub-Saharan Africa making their debut, represented by Bravado.
And it is such a funny contrast. Renegades, who also was an expansion region that came in to RLCS, now considered more veteran status here against this Bravado squad, and it's so awesome to see these guys come out, and a huge opportunity to get a tough matchup here against Renegades. CJ is going to put the first goal away.
And how fitting is that? CJ, the veteran from OCE, still looking for that first World Championship Series win, putting in the first goal of the game.
Well, we might see a lot more of that from CJ. He's a player from Renegades here who's sitting at number 2 in OC, only behind Hawk in most offensive stats. Almost a goal per game and over 3 shots per game. He's certainly a powerhouse for Renegades offense.
The Renegades offense still going. CJ with the challenge. You see Happy Meal and To Die For both on the goal line. To Die For can't get there in time. Kami's shot will get deflected wide. Fever with some space. He's got boost too. He's dangerous in this position. The block, rebound out off the backboard. Dropped in again by CJ.
He means business today. CJ, 2 for 2 here in the first 45 seconds, and you can see it, James. So much pressure coming out from Renegades. Bravado suffocating under that pressure. And right now, Renegades in full control.
Renegades, hot start. Not even a minute in, already 2 goals from CJ. Given a lot of space by Bravado. We'll see if Bravado can start to tighten things up. A nice second challenge there by Happy Meal in the air. We'll lob it down. CJ, the control. Demo on Daisy by Fever. CJ playing keep away. Now Kami slowing it down. No boost. The challenge. Go back towards net. Daisy patient there. Getting a little pinch off the sidewall, but losing possession.
Bravado certainly no stranger to success in their own region. Back-to-back regional wins here to cap off their season. And they've really just been on an upward trend. The player to watch out for is To Die For. He really has been the player on both sides of the field, offensively and defensively, getting the job done for Bravado, and it's been tough for them to break out so far. Great fake there from CJ. How about a third? A tap over the last man, and Happy Meal can't make the save. A hat trick for CJ.
A hat trick, not even 2 minutes in. The little fake there, baiting in the defender, and then Happy Meal getting bumped as well, even on that challenge. But CJ, the ball control, we're seeing so much patience from Renegades. They're letting Bravado clear that ball out to them, and then they're controlling it. They're taking it up the wall. You saw Fever take that ball up the wall that led to the 50 that bounced off the backboard for CJ. They've got so much space, the Renegades, because of their patience.
And I don't know if it was just the way we caught him on the camera, but CJ, he's incredibly locked in. His teammates were kind of laughing, giggling there as he put away his third, but CJ, he just stared straight at his screen. No smile, no emotion. He means business here today, James.
I mean, he's a killer. And he is that veteran, that seasoned vet, who's here to play for the win.
And I like what Bravado said in their pregame interview, where they're talking about, you know what, no one really knows what they're going to get out of us, and I think that unpredictability does matter. But right now, Renegades, with all of this pressure, Bravado doesn't even have a chance to really show off what they are, because Renegades have just been all over them.
We're still waiting to see that first attack from Bravado. Bravado, it has been all defense for them. Happy Meal getting beat to the ball by Kami. Daisy attempting to clear it out. It's right to Fever. Daisy predicting the passing lane and getting the mid boost. Perhaps this is the attack that Bravado's been looking for. Happy Meal, the shot. It's going to be blocked off the crossbar, turning to it, but CJ able to edge out the attack, and that relieves a lot of pressure for Renegade.
Kami's touch there almost went in under the crossbar there on the Renegade side, but Bravado certainly moving up their line now, finding a little bit more space on the Renegades side, but still can't hold on to the ball. That's a good clear coming out from Renegades. A follow-up from Kami as he was not expecting so many missed touches. It's Bravado now an opportunity to attack.
Oh, and there's a bump. Nice bump there from Fever to get Happy Meal off the ball. And Daisy will miss contact at the mid boost. Now Fever going for a bump, gets the demo. Happy Meal light first touch. Going for an air dribble. That buys lots of time. Well done by Happy Meal. But there's another demo. Fever has been ruthless with the demos.
Yeah, it certainly has been. Both Fever and Kami. Number 5 and 6 in OCE demos per game, almost averaging 2. Very physical from them. CJ, not so much. But Fever and Kami, they'll come after you. If you're moving too slow, standing still, they'll take you out.
There's another bump attempt. Time was Kami going for it. CJ doesn't make contact, but you see, they go for the pinch anyway. So much space given to Renegades. The one moment that we saw from Bravado where it seemed like they might be able to tip it in. Oh, CJ!
Wow.
Posting in all 4 goals for Renegades, scored by CJ.
And he's 4 goals on 5 shots. Defense a little too slow to react, and CJ will make you pay. 4th one drops for Renegades here in game 1.
And you know, Bravado probably thought that they had that near post defended, but it was a perfect post-in shot from CJ.
And again, this is a best of 7, James, so there's going to be a lot more games here coming out from both these teams, but I think for Bravado, there's a lot of opportunity to, I think, learn from your mistakes and really just get acclimated to what Renegades are bringing. Right now, you certainly know what they're doing. Constant pressure, physical gameplay inside that Bravado box has really mixed up the Bravado defense. Been tough for them to break out.
And the one shining moment we saw from Bravado came from Daisy predicting the passing lane and getting there quick. And that gave Bravado that brief moment of attack. They're going to need to do more of that. Try to predict where Renegades are going to go, but also don't fall for the fakes, because we have seen Renegades fake a couple balls and have Bravado fly right by.
Very confident from Renegades. And that confidence leading to 4 goals here, final 10. And it's all Renegades. CJ with a good clear to wrap this game up. Happy Meal, maybe one for the road. And unfortunately not gonna come. A big clear will end it, surely for Renegades, and a comfortable game 1 victory.
Well, it's still going. Maybe we'll see Bravado in Sub-Saharan Africa get their first goal. Oh, and we won't see it. And the first game of the World Championships since Madrid is in the books. And what a game it was for CJ.
What a banger of a match from CJ. The stats are crazy. He didn't get any assists or saves. 4 goals, 5 shots, a 663 score coming out from CJ. His teammates there, of course, supporting him along the way, also putting up 6 shots combined.
Well, how's he supposed to get assists, Corelli? He's
scoring
all
of them.
You know, who needs
not a bad thing.
Who needs assists when you're putting in 4 by CJ? And really all of Renegades, you saw the confidence Fever down there on the scoreboard, but you even think the one play that he had of taking that ball up the wall, and even there taking shots on net, forcing it into awkward situations for Bravado. It was a team effort from Renegades.
Taking a look at the Mobile 1 high performance replay there, and CJ just taking to the sky. Kami there with the back wall pass. Another one there from CJ. It is the CJ highlight reel there for Renegades. And look, if you're on Renegades, this is how you want to start. I mean, there's really no 2 ways about this. This is exactly what you want if you're on that Renegade side.
Well, you had mentioned, Corelli, the unpredictability of a region and how, you know, maybe you take a known, somebody that we've seen before, like the Gaming Gladiators, instead of just a complete wildcard team that we haven't seen play on the international stage yet. And I feel like that's all out the window now, because Renegades has gone in game 1 and dominated that first game. So now they have all of that confidence. It's a known factor now for Renegades.
And I think if you're on the Bravado side, you're kind of looking at yourself and saying, what were our weak points? How do we work on that? I think really for Bravado, it's advice that I give a lot of teams. It just feels like you have to bring that ball down, keep possession a little bit more, make Renegades come into you, because right now, with the control that Renegades have, Bravado, they just can't get a hold of it.
See if they can get a hold of it in game 2 on Aquadome. Fever up the wall again. Second effort, passes to the middle, but that was well defended by Tadaifor, who was expecting that ball, waiting patiently on the backboard, but there's another bump. The physical gameplay certainly has been in favor of Renegades. We saw tons of demos. Kami and Fever both been getting quite a few last game.
Bravado trying to find some control here. That's really what you're looking for here in game 2. What changes are they making? How are they adapting to this Renegade squad? And right now, this is a good little sequence for them, fighting for it in the Renegades corner. With some space over to Fever. And maybe an attack coming here for Renegades. Bravado doing their best to clear this one out. And now dangerous. CJ wants to dish it off. Kami's going to cut it back. Tries to go for goal here. Happy Meal getting the bump on him. Nobody from Renegades wants to go. And Bravado there to clear it out.
Smart from Renegades there, taking that first touch to beat the defender. Not necessarily giving up the ball.
Oh,
And Daisy streaking in, didn't make contact, but that was a shot opportunity. Fever dodging the bump. The 50, won by To Die For. We'll see what he's got in store. To Die For going for the dribble. The challenge. Happy Meal tipping it off the corner. Daisy will have enough to get back to it for a flip reset. And it's pinched back down, and no one in position for Bravado to really keep the pressure on.
still a couple of good sequences here from Bravado. They're putting on a lot of pressure now from Renegades. They just need a good shot. That one's turned away. To Die For getting out. So he's trying to deal with this one as he whips around, but Kami with no boost, just barreling through.
And that was an important zero boost play. You saw the double commit from Renegades just moments before. Kami had to slow that play down. Really well done under pressure with no boost. And the Renegades haven't managed to score. Now we're seeing them play more defense.
I was about to say, hold on a second, James. Let's get the facts straight here, because after game one, it was CJ. He had 4 goals, but now we're sitting here tied almost halfway through game 2, and Bravado now really taking it to Renegades. You always talk about game 1 here on LAN. Well, hold on a second, CJ.
He must have heard you.
He must have heard me as he comes back for it, and Renegades up by 1.
So right now, in terms of the scoreline, it's CJ 5, Bravado 0.
And we're getting Renegade 0 as well. CJ running away with this one, as, of course, Renegades, the benefactor here, but still, a lot of credit over to Bravado. They're doing a great job of sticking in this game and having a lot more control as well. A lot of solo plays coming out from To Die For as well, moving down the sideline. That's where Bravado shines. They get a few more of those, they're going to crack this nut of Renegades.
Nice challenge from Happy Meal. Not giving away that backboard for free. Bravado still looking for their first goal. And To Die For perhaps had a look for a pass into the middle. Wasn't able to make it, but now on the ball again. Daisy. Low boost will have to bail out. Fever. To Die For, getting that to the corner. A miss from Happy Meal, but we'll get to it first. Flip reset, ball potential.
Daisy's up
for the pass. Daisy shot blocked. And now To Die For racing back 1v1 versus Kami. Gets demoed. Fever taking it in the corner. Goes right for net, but that's an easy ball for Happy Meal to handle.
And now a chance. Hold on, Happy Meal, he's got an open net, but Fever comes inside the box and makes the save, and now he's turning it back the other way. How did he go back? 2 up for Renegade.
Oh my! That save from Fever wraps around and immediately shoots it. That play was all Fever.
And that one stings if you're a Bravado. That was probably their best look they've had.
And I thought it was, I mean, based on the camera angle,
Yeah.
you're thinking it's just going to be a simple shot. And Fever, that hustle, that shows you how much Renegades want this.
You can see there, To Die For again, trying to take that solo play. And he'll take it every single time. It's been 4 or 5 times here in game 2, especially from that sidewall. Taking it to the Renegades, and so far Renegades have won the challenge. But Bravado has been knocking on the door. Here's another one coming across for Renegades. Trying to put this one away. Minute left. To Die For again. Into the challenge with CJ, and Renegades there to clear it downfield.
Happy Meal, self pass off the ceiling again. Kami already airborne. And gets that off to the corner. Oh, CJ, a team bump. This could be an opening. Daisy going low. Double commit again for Renegades. To Die For, pressure. Happy Meal has that tipped away from Fevering. And now Kami gonna hit that back. And that was another quality pressure play from Bravado, but they just can't find that final shot.
The best of 7 here, I think, actually really benefits Bravado to get into it, as they've been slowly ramping up here against Renegades. Still, they find themselves down 2-0. CJ wants to make it 3. To Die For is able to clear it out. And less than 10 seconds to go. Renegades looking to close out game 2.
And even there, To Die For trying to dribble that ball up. It barely bounced over his car. Now, final second shot will be saved away. Renegades want one more, but maybe it will happen. I thought it was going to be over, but no. Fever will get one more. And Renegades, another strong performance, another shutout in game 2.
And you can see, I'm looking at the camera right now, Happy Meal, he's been talking ever since that goal went in there right at the end. just telling his teammates, I guess exactly what they need to hear. I can't read his lips, but instantly talking about what they need to do there in game 2 and going into game 3. So Bravado, they're not just going to bow down here to Renegades, and I think game 2 is kind of a testament to that. I know it was a 3-0 game here, really it was 2-0, but for Bravado, they looked a lot more dangerous here in game 2.
And I mean, this just thinking about the experience, CJ and Kami have been coming to World Championships since season 4. You know, these guys are veterans. They know how to handle the pressure. They know how to come in and make the most out of that. And on the other side, Bravado, this is their first World Championship. This is the inaugural season for Sub-Saharan Africa to be involved in the Rocket League esports ecosystem, and they're making progress. That first game, it started out with CJ dominating.
Right.
And I mean, even on the high performance replay, it's all Renegades again. But you know, Bravado, they kept this game close until about the halfway point of the game.
You saw a lot of great work from To Die For. I think Daisy had a couple of great looks. Honestly, all three of them had a few good looks there to at least put one away and keep that game a little bit closer. But still, that was not a bad effort from Bravado, and I expect this game 3 to be even closer with the way they've been trending, and that's exactly how their season has gone. I mean, really since the winter split, Bravado has been just ramping up, and I mean, that's why you have a guy like To Die For winning the MVP for Sub-Saharan Africa and coming out and representing his team and of course his region here. And so far so good, I think, for them is really just getting into this series, and I think they've really stuck in game 2. Let's see how they go in game 3.
Perhaps it's a solo play that's needed to just break through the ice for Bravado. To Die For, the top goal scorer in the world when you're just looking at the numbers. They need that support right now. Bravado shut out in game 1 and game 2. Renegades starting out game 3 in the Bravado half. To Die For, tipping it to the corner. CJ off the ceiling, that ball got away from him. Fever, infield pass, tipped up from Happy Meal, and Kami will get it over to CJ, who's already on the wall. To Die For slowing it down. The 50, that pinch will start a race. Happy Meal going for the backward pass, but it was cut out easily by Fever. Fever had that lane read.
Good ideas coming out from Bravado. CJ now wants to take on the whole team, looking for a challenge on To Die For, but a good fake from him, and now a solo play to the midfield line. He's gonna have to take a tough challenge here. Kami was backwards, a good shot on target. CJ makes the save.
But look how much opportunity that generated. The solo play from To Die For. Excellent control from his back corner. Taking it into the air dribble, setting up that shot opportunity. Bravado needs more of that.
And they're gonna get more of it, but CJ pre-jumped that flick. Here comes Kami. Shot was well wide. To Die For wanted to make something happen. It's Happy Meal now. Fever has to backflip to get that one out. And Bravado, I think, very much looking like their game 2 form. Getting more and more control here against this Renegade squad.
Zero boost for Fever. Numbers advantage briefly. This shot tipped to the corner by Kami. Kami again. Seeing him on low boost. Operate wisely. Find more time for Renegades. To Die For, high hit. And Kami again, getting a booming clear. Daisy off the side. Fever tipped down, but it's right to Die For. Now he's taking it up the wall. Pass into the middle is broken up. But we're seeing Bravado get more chances.
A lot of good control coming out from To Die For there, taking that initial touch just to set himself up off the wall. Now Happy Meal almost gets one. To Die For trying to flick it out. It will be Fever in a 1v1. Actually, CJ skirts across as well, and a good dunk fake from Fever. 1-0 for Renegade.
And this is just the cool, calm, collected gameplay that we're seeing from Renegades. Fever doesn't even go for it. He knows that, oh, they're going to tip this ball. I'm just going to go for the challenge. It's going in. It's the confidence from Renegades.
Physical gameplay coming up for Renegades. CJ's not really the guy to go for that, at least not with the demos, but zoning off players, he'll take that. And with all the pressure that we saw from Bravado, Renegades a bit more lethal. Now this one kind of bouncing outside of the box. Tough save from Daisy, but he makes it. Now To Die For to get out.
To Die For air dribble. Got past the defender. Now Daisy tipping it down. Fever to the sideline. Happy Meal going for the side pass. And then the bump on To Die For. To Die For maybe looking for a double tap, maybe looking for that challenge, but we've seen so many bumps, especially out of the air from the Renegades. They're getting physical.
I think To Die For is just looking for anything he can get, and certainly anything he can get away with. He's very willing to take that ball. As here he goes again, doesn't have boost this time. And Renegades there to collect in the midfield.
Another high ball into the midfield. No one airborne for Bravado. CJ there to it first. The low 50 for to die for. Fever bumping Daisy off the play. Fever has been ruthless. Now Kami, backboard pass. CJ there for the shot.
Wow.
Bar down, out. Still in front of net, and Fever will send it home.
And that wasn't that bad of a shot as way it looked from CJ. He had to get over Daisy, and to do so, he had to play it off the crossbar. Fever there to tap it home in the end. CJ, of course, getting a bump as well. 2-0 now for Renegades. They've been put on the back foot a little bit here from Bravado, but they've done a good job to put away the chances when they've come.
They really have it, and just the Fever starting out the first game a little bit quiet from a points perspective, but this whole game, a lot of that comfort and confidence has been oozing out of Fever. Kami, 50, Daisy with a nice win. To die for in a 1v1 situation.
Oh.
Delaying the challenge, but CJ didn't buy it.
You still see a lot of confidence on the ball, though, from Bravado. To die for, the pass over to Daisy. An opportunity, but Kami read it perfectly. Every attempt from Bravado. Renegades are right on top.
And it seems like Renegades have been doing a very good job of predicting the passing lanes. I had mentioned Daisy did it one time in game 1 against Renegades that had a chase. Now a shot from CJ will be blocked, and the follow-up again blocked. But the Renegades have been getting airborne. We've even seen Kami pre-jump, get up in the air in the middle of the field, and get those touches to the corner to prevent any attack from Bravado.
Renegades taking to the sky more and more. Bravado doing a good job to turn them away. To die for, we'll just lob it downfield. Renegades didn't deal with it that well as a good challenge comes out, but no one there from Bravado. CJ wanted to flick on, but it's not going to happen. Final 10 now. This one rolling dangerously across, and Fever will get the read.
CJ had a hat trick in game 1. Now Fever, a hat trick in game 3. And there was a team, but you see Tadaifor actually ran into Daisy and sent him up the wall. And with only 10 seconds left, Renegades looking to get their 3rd sweep in a row.
See if Renegades, maybe one more for the road. Fever gets by everyone, but still I think for Bravado, they've done a good job of putting on pressure. They just haven't been able to break through. And with that ball touching the ground, we have Renegades up 3-0. We have never had a best-of-7 perfect sweep on an RLCS LAN. This one's set up to do so at this moment.
And CJ would not mind his first World Championship match win to be won for the history books. Especially the one where he scored 2 goals in the first minute.
Right.
Scoring 4 in the first game. So Renegades, they are firing on all cylinders as we take a look at the Mobile One high performance replay. Chances for Bravado, but Fever took this game into his own hands.
Yeah, he certainly did, exactly in the way that CJ did, just taking the opportunities that were laid out in front of him. This one, a perfect example of CJ just getting a quality shot that set up his teammate Fever there to put it home. 3 goals, 5 shots for Fever, 535 score. That's a pretty darn good look if you're Fever. And for Renegades, a quality win here in game 3.
Yeah, now just 1 game away from getting their first win here in the Wildcard Swiss stage. It is a long journey. It was a long journey to get here, but even to get in front of a crowd in the main arena, the main event, it's a long journey to get there too, Corelli.
Well, and you can see what happens to a team when they're in the crowd for the first time, right? Bravado's first game didn't really look all that great. You settle in. Game 1 is very important on LAN for any team, no matter the experience. But when you have less experience, it affects you more in that first game. And that was a perfect example of that. As this series has gone on, Bravado still hasn't had a win, but they've looked better and better.
They have gotten close to scoring. It took some heroics from Fever to shut the plays down. To die for, trying to take time that he didn't have. Daisy, 50. To die for, quickly there to boom it downfield. The Fever sends it right back. So much power on that clear from the corner. Slowed down the Bravado attack quickly.
Bravado, I mean, they've been preparing for this game, for this series, and for, you know, this opportunity for a while. When they finally came here in Texas, they had played over 3,600 games on the NA server combined. They were just grinding. They are very well adapted to a higher level of play here. Renegades certainly giving them some trouble. Kami wants to look for his first in this game, and it comes across the box. Nobody making contact as it'll go wide, and Bravado looking for a way out.
Bravado, perhaps all they need to crack the code is that first goal. Still looking for it. Over a minute's passed. We've seen Bravado hang close to Renegades in these early phases of the game. Renegades, though, carrying all the momentum, and they've got all the pressure on offense right now. CJ with a backflip. Looks like it might have been a team bump. Fever diving in to get this ball to the corner. Happy Meal loses control. The pass across the field is broken up, and now Daisy with a nice play there, speedily getting to the ball, and now the shot on target. CJ will hit that aside.
Again, Bravado still looking for their first goal here. Otherwise, you're looking at a perfect sweep in a best of 7, the first time for an RLCS land. Daisy trying to make sure that doesn't happen. It's stopped by CJ, and Renegades able to regain control.
Deny for, handled that ball well, getting that ball to a teammate in the corner, but you're seeing how fast Renegades are challenging. They're not giving Bravado any time. And there again, Kami challenging without a moment's notice. Happy Meal awkward on the backboard. Fever the drop pass. CJ couldn't get that ball pinched into the middle.
Just couldn't get there in time. The pass was a bit wide as well to die for. Gets a good little flick over to Daisy, but unfortunately Fever read that as well. And if the first man missed, the second man will be there for Renegades. Still a tie game as we just passed the halfway point here in game 4.
And you see Fever pre-jumping again, knowing that the trajectory of the ball is not going to change too much for him to take account for with the boost that he had. And another shot coming in, and it's scored. CJ overpowering to die for on the goal line.
Oh, he was there on the goal line too. To die for did a good job to make this save, or at least get a touch, but it just wasn't enough, and CJ just powers through it. A great strike inside the box, and 2:19 on the clock. Renegades able to break through once again.
There's that speed of challenge. You saw Kami doing it at the midfield. You saw Fever jump up in the air when he knew that he'd be able to adjust for the touch from Tadai for Renegades. They have this game, this series in control. And now they're in the home stretch. The 2-minute warning.
Bravado haven't had as much control as they did maybe in their previous games. As you said, I think they're just coming off a little predictable at the moment. Renegades, Fever in particular, just been pre-jumping and getting even some of the more tricky things to read with flip resets and little awkward extra touches coming out from the die for. Still Fever all over it.
CJ going to the backboard. Happy Meal there to prevent Kami from taking that shot. To die for sees Happy Meal, goes for the pass. Happy Meal off the arc and down, and it's no good. That was the best look that we saw Bravado have, and now another chance. The shot off the backboard, and Fever denies the follow-up.
And now Renegades back the other way. CJ couldn't put it on target. It might have beaten To Die For on the back post. A couple of good looks from Bravado. They're only down by 1. They just need one to go through. It'll go through for Daisy, and Bravado finally on the board.
And that's history. The first goal at the World Championship scored by a Sub-Saharan African player. It's Daisy, and it's to tie game 4.
And you can see him smiling. The crowd went crazy for him. They know what this means. And they've been oh so close in multiple of these games just to break through once. They finally do. No perfect sweep. Renegades still looking for the sweep as they're up 3-0 here in this series.
Oh, and that's a nice punch. An open net.
Two.
And now the lead. To die for, putting Bravado ahead.
Everything is working for Bravado. All of a sudden, CJ got bounced across the field, and I think he actually ran into Fever a little bit. To Die For will take advantage. Bravado not on the board once, but twice, and into the lead.
We've been waiting for Bravado to score. This whole time we're expecting potentially history with a perfect sweep in the best of 7 on land, and now the double tap denied. Bravado waiting till the final moments before they kick it into high gear.
40 seconds left. And that'll be a great touchdown from Kami. He'll put it off the crossbar and in a tie game from Renegades.
And that was a nice pass out. And that shot, perfection, far down. And I think that was Kami's first goal.
It's certainly a much needed one here in game 4. Bravado finally able to break through and putting up a fight that they've been putting up for the last couple games. 30 seconds left. One more is needed from Bravado to take a game. And Renegades certainly could give it up. Fever. CJ is going the wrong way. It's a good pass, though, from down to Kami as he's able to boom it downfield. And now a good shot. Turned away from to die for.
CJ back towards net. Triple commit from Bravado. Fever to CJ. CJ's shot broken up. Rebound out to Kami. And Kami getting denied by Daisy. CJ keeping the ball up. And there it's hit down. We've got overtime. Game 4. Bravado denying the perfect sweep and perhaps about to get the first win. And that miss was a little bit scary, but they recover. Renegades looking to close this series out with just 1 goal.
Pressure wasn't enough for Bravado. Now they find themselves in an overtime and a CJ hanging over their net. Bravado has to weather the storm here in the first 20 seconds. Now looking for control. It's taken away. Daisy. Happy Meal. Wanted to die for, but it was just too lateral. Now Kami looking for 2. Not going to happen. Bravado locking down that backboard. To die for again called upon. See if they can put something together.
Solid tip pass. Fever had it read quickly. Daisy, hard backward hit. CJ, it's awkward for him. Leaves it for Kami. Now Kami out to Fever. Fever double tap off the ceiling. Flip reset. Oh! Fever! Ceiling double tap. Flip reset to seal the deal. And the Renegades take down Bravado Gaming.
That was disgusting, and what a way to win it.